Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again we have a great international game here in between these two pro players. This game has been played in the year 2001 as you can see from the thumbnail. Now let me just start by introducing the players to you guys, as we have spawning here in the lower left, in the teal I believe it is, MADFROG SE from Sweden here. And his opponent here at the 12 o'clock position in the brown, it is CAMELEON HU. I believe HU stands for Hungary. So we have Hungary versus Sweden here in a very interesting match, like I told you guys, from 2001 here on the World Cyber Games 2001. And the map they're playing on is called Lost Temple. Some of you guys from Warcraft 3 fans might know this map here as well. A very old game, of course, once again for you guys. Really interesting. MADFROG is of course so much known here. Pretty much in the Warcraft 3 scene. He did win many tournaments, so a very skilled undead player, but also here playing Starcraft, of course, with the Zerg, given the fact that there is Blight here just like on the undead. Really interesting matchup. Let's just see how exactly the meta has changed from 2001 to 2021, as you already have here. Very early scout here by CAMELEON, also opening up here with a pylon. Pretty soon is going to follow with a gateway in here. Let's just look at the base here from MADFROG. Is he going for a fast expansion? What exactly is his build order going to be? He's just producing now here his next overlord and even pumping more and more drones out. Really interesting enough. No spawning yet pool yet for him, no fast expansion, as the first probe is entering here the base pretty soon of MADFROG. He already has searched this position. He's just heading straight now into the 12 o'clock position, and we have the first building here. Interestingly enough, it's not going to be a spawning pool, it's going to be a hatchery first, so macro hatch here for MADFROG. Really interesting build order. Perhaps he's going to try an early rush with some Zerglings in here. It could be a possibility. Let's just see exactly what his plans are. So it is hatch first into spawning pool. Really interesting. At the same time, a nice wall in here by MADFROG. Really great stuff here by him. But of course, the year 2001, the strategies were very different. He's also opening up here with a gas. Let's check that the main here from CAMELEON, as his first zealot is also out on the map. Gas has been finished here, so he's going to go for some gas, and a pylon is being placed, so pretty soon he's very likely going to continue with a cybernetic score, or perhaps he's going to wish to continue with a forge and an expansion into this position. Now the zealot is out on the map. It could deal some damage, but if you look at a nice wall in here by MADFROG, it's going to be very hard for that zealot to enter this base in here, as the overlord here from MADFROG also is really soon going to check out here the main from CAMELEON. There is that cybernetic score, so pretty soon we're going to see some dragoons here out in this gameplay. So yeah, really interesting stuff. MADFROG has 14 workers against those 15 workers. Many Zergs do lose some workers when they make some buildings, but look at that, at the 3 minute and 20-second mark he made the tier 2 upgrade. At the same time, a nice sunken here. Very nice position here for this sunken. Is going to be really hard for a zealot to deal damage in here. Of course, some dragoons with range would have been a very good idea now for CAMELEON, so let's just see exactly what his plans are going to be. He's playing it a little bit defensively in here. First dragoon is about to pop out, and there is that Stargate. Stargate, of course, a must if you're a Protoss versus a Zerg, as you can build those Corsairs and just chase those overlords down and kill them. So really great stuff here by both players, as we're closing that at 5-minute mark. Very defensive gameplay here by MADFROG. And let's just see what exactly his next buildings are going to be. There's a nice Hydralisk then, so some Hydralisk is his option. And let's have a look if the tier 2 is going to finish. Is he going for some Lurkers perhaps, or maybe a Spire with Mutalisk? Very interestingly enough, he's of course known for his Gargoyle gameplay in the Warcraft 3 scene as the undead, so he might go for some Mutalisk here as well. So Spire, it is a very interesting strategy. Hydralisk, so spawning pool into Hydralisk, and then Spire, so he will just of course keep the Protoss guessing what exactly his next move is going to be. Is it going to be mass mutas, or is it going to be perhaps Hydralisk, mass Hydralisk? So yeah, we're about to find out as the first units are popping here out on the map. It's Hydralisk here. Some overlords have been produced. One overlord has fallen, so really likely This Dragoon might have sniped that Overlord indeed. Sorry guys, I did miss this one. But very likely this Overlord with that slow speed has been sniped here by this Dragoon. So first kill here goes out to Chameleon. 2 Dragoons are out on the map. 1 scouting and killing Corsair here is also out on the map. But those Overlords are nicely defended here into this position by 2. Now even 3 Hydralisk into this position. The Spire is also about to finish in here for MADFROG, so really cool job here by him. 2 hatcheries, no fast expansion yet. In comes that Corsair, but of course those Hydralisk are there, and speed for the Hydralisk is also being produced in here. So yeah, perhaps pretty soon he's going to try out a bust here, but the ramp is nicely blocked here by Chameleon. Chameleon also here out with his Temper Archive, so we might see some Psionic Storm with some High Templars with Psionic Storm, of course a very strong unit against the Zerg. Dark Templars could be an option, but then again, many Zergs do have those Overlords, as we might see a save here by the side list with this Overlord. It's just very close, so perhaps MADFROG is going to go for some research for that speed upgrade here for those Overlords. It could be a good idea. And yeah, I did see the first Dark Templar here being produced. So interestingly enough, the Protoss goes for Dark Templars, but then again Zergs do have those Overlords, but Overlords without speed would be very hard here for MADFROG to enter the base. And yet the first Dark Templar is already out here on the map. The first Mutalisk are also out here on the map. So in comes the first strong push here by MADFROG with 6 Hydras and 3 Mutalisk at a 6 minute and 40 second count in here. But there is the Dark Templar already dealing damage here towards those Hydralisks. So an Overlord is really a must now here for MADFROG. Here we go with those first 3 Mutalisk sniping that cannon down, and now he's going for those Dragoons. Nice sniping here against that 1 Dragoon. Second Dragoon is also being targeted, so really good job here by MADFROG. Is of course going to lose a Hydralisk or 2. 2 have fallen, but 3 Dragoons already fallen here, and the base here from CAMELEON is in a little bit of trouble, as that 1 cannon will also be sniped here, and probes have to be pulled here. Many probes are in danger in here, so he might lose some probes as well. Sadly for MADFROG, his Hydralisk has fallen of course towards that Dark Templar, but now these 3 Mutalisk have already killed 3 probes in here. Another probe has fallen. Finally that 1 Dragoon might be able to hold this off, as those Mutalisk are very hurt, and MADFROG is just microing them out here. So really interesting strategy here. Lots of chaos being caused now here by MADFROG. He's perhaps going to snipe 1 worker or 2. Many workers have fallen indeed now. 3 already, 4. So really good job here by MADFROG with this interesting strategy. So Mutalisk mixed with Hydralisk. What a nice strategy without a fast expansion. Now he's fast expanding, given the fact that he's aggressive here of course against his opponent, but he still has no detection against this 1 Dark Templar. So this 1 DT already with many kills, 4 kills already here for him, as MADFROG once again is moving here. He's going to snipe 1 Dragoon, goes now for this Corsair, and yeah, those Hydralisk really dealing so much damage, but at the same time taking damage from that 1 Dark Templar in here. So once again the Dark Templar is going to have many kills. There is no detection here for MADFROG, and still those 2 Mutalisk are alive in here. So once again perhaps he's going to transition into mass Mutalisk. It would be of course an option here for MADFROG, and yeah, we're about to find out what the next move are going to be. Sadly for CAMELEON, he did lose so many workers in here, and there's still 2 Mutalisk in this position. Nicely for him that he has a cannon in here. And once again another army move is going to happen here by MADFROG, but he still lacks that Overlord detection. There's that faster movement speed here for those Overlords, and perhaps it would be wise here for MADFROG to wait for his Overlords, as once again the Dark Templar is going to deal so much damage to his ground unit. So here we go, he's not going to wait, he's just going straight in. 1 Hydralisk already has fallen. The ramp will of course fall here for the Protoss, so he has to retreat. Where is that Dark Templar? I don't see him yet out on the map. Perhaps he's just... no, I just don't see him here. So interestingly enough, there he is. Terran is going to snipe those units. So many kills here for this 1 Dark Templar. Already at 10 kills. All of those kills were Hydralisk. So really great job here by CAMELEON. And MADFROG really needs to take care of this issue. He really needs to bring an Overlord as fast as possible in here, as he's producing some even more Hydralisk in here, and that Overlord speed is also being done. Once again he's moving it out with his troops, but once again no overlord just to back them up. So he's just really going to try to snipe here this base, but it's going to be very hard for him, as one cannon will also be finished. There's that Dark Templar once again being very annoying. 12 kills already here for him, and many are going to follow. There's even 2 Dark Templars in here, so now it's really the time for MADFROG to bring an Overlord or 2 into this position, as he's going to lose so many units. So once again he's going to reposition into the middle of the map, but where are those Overlords? Finally some Overlords do make it here out on the map, so this will be the saving grace here for MADFROG, as he's even producing more and more Hydralisk in here. Some Dragoons are being produced, there's another cannon being produced here by CAMELEON. So very defensive gameplay here by him. Worker wise they're both at the same count, so this could be really good, but at the same time in comes the push once again here by MADFROG, and this time he has those crucials Overlord. The Overlords of course can detect the invisible units. MADFROG is repositioning, CAMELEON waits here for him, but only with 2 Dark Templars and 1 Dragoon in here, so let's just see exactly what the outcome in here. Of course he has to defend this Overlord. CAMELEON going straight for it. This one cannon is being attacked, but there's some Utilists in the back just to defend those Overlords. 1 Overlord only here. MADFROG once again regrouping. The same can be said here by CAMELEON. A nice position here by him on the high ground, but the reinforcements are coming in here by MADFROG, and he even might research that transporting ability here for those Overlords. So in comes the attack once again by MADFROG. And yeah, he's just sniping here those 2 cannons, so really great job here by him. As there's only 3 Dragoons now and 1 Dark Templar in here, but this is of course going to be observed and detected by that Overlord. So here we go once again, Hydralisk in the front, sniping those 2 Dark Templars finally, and more reinforcements are coming in. This side Templar is very late, going to get sniped as he's going now for the Dragoons. Some probes will be pulled here by CAMELEON, but it looks like it's just way too much here for MADFROG, and that of course is going to be the GG here by CAMELEON. So really interesting strategy here by MADFROG with an early tier 2 first, actually it's a first hatchery into spawning pool, then a Hydralisk, then after the tier 2 has finished he's going into 3 Mutalisk with 3 or 6 Hydras. He's going for that attack, and then he's just, while he's attacking, he decides to go for fast for that expansion. So really interesting job here by him. Sadly CAMELEON really too much on the defense. Perhaps many more Dragoons would have been a better option against this army composition, and an early aggressive Dragoon push would have been very nice against this. But yeah, like I told you, this game has been played in the year 2001, so very interesting enough for us. MADFROG, of course, some of you guys may not know it, but the old farts from Starcraft and Warcraft will of course know who this person is from Sweden. Now let's just check those hold on, let's just check those wait a minute. I just wish to check those stats, but apparently I don't know how, so yeah. Usually if I go like this, cancel, it should show me exit replay, so sadly I don't know. Perhaps the replay is a little bit corrupt. Let me just go exit program. No, it's just exiting, so sorry about that one, guys.